St. Petersburg is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful cities in the world, built along streets and canals of great beauty, and these extraordinary, contrasting cathedrals that pop out from this consistent streetscape, that give it a kind of spice and power. This is the inspiration that lies behind my design for the new Mariinsky Theater. With Valery, having presented him the plans, he became a champion of them.
Jack Diamond is a great colleague of mine and totally experienced architect.
He said to me, your strength is that you've done it. Not learning on the job, this is no, although it's got to be a made in Russia scheme, it hasn't to be a replica, but he could see that we understood what we were doing.
Orchestra is an instrument. The whole is an instrument. These two instruments together make music.
There is enthusiasm to do a great opera house. Russia has probably the greatest tradition of musical production in the world.
The project is very important for Russia because it's the first opera house that Russia is building since the time of the Czars.
We were one of 10 invited to the competition, and we were fortunate enough to win. The problem was that the construction based upon the hybrid scheme was continuing because it had approval, and approval in Russia is a very important thing.
I think we've benefited from the failure of the previous project, which was the winner of the 2003 competition. Why that didn't go through, combination of budgetary challenges, as well as the aesthetic of what that design was trying to achieve.
The things that you need to do for any opera house: comfort, audience enjoyment of the public areas, a sense of cohesion and community in the whole, acoustics. All of those things are the DNA. But the body looks different because it's a different context. We have built into the new hall several things that deal with this context. First, the streetscape. Streetscape continuity we have preserved. What the streetscape consists of in St. Petersburg, up to 6-story height, consistently vertical windows, very, very simple facades, relieved by colonnaded porticos. That's the architecture with a metal roof. We're working in 6 countries, and every country is culturally somewhat different. I must say that I found the differences in Russia to be even greater than usual.
This project is too important to fail.
The project has had this rather varied history and had some twists in the road. I want you to go through it point by point.
It was a fight. It was a battle.
He says, yes, we can, but the companies that we are sending this to, no, not everybody can.
But it wasn't January, it was December. You can't get away with making these statements and then saying, oh, but just let's work together in the future.
Very confrontational situation with both the authorities, the approval authorities, and aspects of our own client. What remains for me the most fascinating aspect is earlier in the design, we've been brought to the project because we can offer an expertise. At the same time as we were being asked to being part of the project, we were being pushed away from the project.
But now we are proceeding on our design.
People will know Jack for many, many skills, but the one that I see in working with him so closely is that ability to keep approaching a problem.
Valery has the ability to focus. I couldn't figure out, how does he do it all? I thought I had energy until I met him. And I realized I'm as slow as a tortoise. I'm like a slug in comparison to him.
That energy and focus and force and approach to the project, that's a shared characteristic.
If it had been a lesser important project, if it hadn't been Gergiev, I might have quit. Because it's Gergiev, because it's Russia, because it's the Mariinsky, because it's an opera house, we have persisted. given everything we've been through, the opening should be War and Peace. But so, and hopefully it's war followed by peace.